Thousands of houses are without power tonight across Christchurch and Banks Peninsula. Multiple suburbs have been affected. Linda McGregor is a spokesperson for Orion and she's on the phone now. Good evening, Linda. Can you just bring us up to date with the situation? Which areas are affected?
Hi, Lisa. Yes, we have had about 11 faults, individual faults, across the region. Banks Peninsula has been hardest hit, but we've also had faults occur in Brooklands, Hornby, Lincoln, Springston, Horsell, Taitap, and Mount Pleasant and Sumner. Now, initially we had 4,084 customers without power, but we've been able to get that number down to around 3,000 with power being restored in some places.
So when you say 11 faults, what do you mean exactly? What's caused this?
Well, it's the weather. It's very windy and very wet, and Christchurch is a front going through. Thankfully, that front would seem to be passing, so the wind speed is dropping, and the number of faults that we're having recorded has stabilised. So it's the wet, it's the wind, and it's also what we find in these situations, vegetation thrashing around in the wind that collides with our lines and causes havoc there. So, vegetation's been identified in a couple of areas, but we're still under investigation in others.
So, Linda, what speeds has the wind got up to down there this evening or this afternoon? Do you know?
Well, I'm not sure the total wind speeds. Would it be? I'm looking at our website. Customers can check there, but it looks like, I don't know, 80. But somebody else who knows more about that would probably be able to give you more.
Is that how vulnerable the network is, where we have a sort of a moderately severe storm and the power is out to about 4,000 homes?
Well, it doesn't. I mean, wind does put the network in jeopardy, particularly when there's a lot of vegetation near lines. But this has been particularly intense over a short period of time. So I wouldn't say it's something that we routinely experience. But depending on the weather, it is something that goes with the territory with this kind of weather. Something like this hasn't occurred here for some months. So it's pretty rare.
Can customers all expect to be back on this evening, or what's the situation?
Yeah, we would very much like for that to be the case, but we think possibly we won't be able to restore power to everyone. With 11 individual faults and 11 individual sites where we have to fix the network, it may be that some customers might have to be prepared to be without power overnight. What they can do is get in touch with our contact centre, and they'll be given more up-to-date information as the evening passes. We're concentrating our efforts with all crews on deck on those areas where the largest numbers of customers are affected.
So that contact centre, will they get someone on the other end of the phone? It's not an automated system?
They will get a real live person on the phone, most definitely. We pride ourselves on that. And the number for that is 0800 363 9898.
So what is the situation then this evening? Have you got extra crews? Is the weather still posing problems in terms of getting those crews fixing those faults?
No, we have called in extra crews and we've called in extra contractors to help us, so all hands on deck, and our crews are out there in the field right now. It's every effort is being made to restore power to as many people as possible.
But you still don't anticipate that everyone will be back on tonight, despite that?
With 11 faults, and depending on the complexity of the individual faults, we feel that potentially there is the possibility of us not being able to get round to all of them and restore power to everyone. So
Linda,
I think...
Sorry to interrupt, but do you know how many houses are likely to be without power overnight?
Oh, it's pretty difficult to tell at this point. We'll be monitoring the situation as the evening progresses and our crews make real progress with fixing faults. So I'm happy to give you an update later on as we get things restored.
Appreciate your time this evening. That is Linda McGregor, who's the spokesperson for Orion. As you heard her say there's a significant number of houses in Banks Peninsula and Christchurch without power. Started off at 4,000 and they've got it down to about 3,000. But they are saying that some of those households likely to have to suffer through the night without power.